Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to show you a case or project we did for McDonald's in the Netherlands, and I'm going to show you how it's been done and what the results are of the case for McDonald's. And it's called McTRAX, and it's the first music production station on a paper placemat. I'm the founding partner of this Page Amsterdam. It's a digital innovation agency, which means we create digital experiences for brands to gain commercial success or to get better brand awareness. And we produce, besides installations and stuff like that, also apps, websites, experiential projects, etc. And yeah, here we go. I think everybody knows this one, the A-Team. As a kid, I really loved it. Maybe you've noticed that nobody ever really dies in the A-Team. That's actually quite funny if you started to have a look at that. And especially the quote from the guy in the middle, John Hannibal Smith. I love it when a plan comes together. And this sentence actually describes the whole McTRAX project's best. Because you never know in the beginning if it's going to work out the way you think it should work out. And it's always along the way, you know, there's no certainties when you're trying to create new projects or when you are experimenting. For a case like this. So, yeah, how it all started. It was a brainstorm with McDonald's, and they actually, out of the brainstorm, there came a result that they wanted to do something with music. So that was basically our only brief that we got. And from that brainstorm, we figured out, okay, it would be cool if we can make music with the plastic, I call it the plastic tray where you put your burgers on and your drinks on, etc. And when we were thinking about that, it felt a little bit dull. You know, you can make buttons maybe on a plastic tray to push to make music or something like that. And we're investigating, okay, what other things can we do to make it interesting? So we actually came up with this concept. The principle is that we make we use the placemat instead of the plastic tray, and it's a little bit dark actually. But on the placemat, we use conductive ink, which means if you put your finger on it, you know, it's conductive, so it goes to a chip. Via a Bluetooth receiver, it's connected to your smartphone. And with this idea, you could create music on a paper tray, and the sound and everything comes from your smartphone. So that was the whole idea. So this was the concept, and actually we had quite some stuff to do in only 4 weeks. It's quite amazing that it got pulled off. So it was pretty short, and yeah, I'll show you now what we all had to do and how it all came together and stuff. And wait. Sorry about that. 1 second, I'm just checking my notes here because... Oh yeah, of course, yeah, sorry. All right, yeah. We thought that the paper would be cool to use it as an input tool. So the only thing you can do is like use the paper as input and have the phone, which is now in the middle, being the output tool. So the visual effects and the audio and everything should come from the phone. And this distinction made it a really solid concept, like input on the paper, output from your smartphone. So this shows a little bit all the functionalities we had thought about, and we thought it would be cool to put in there. I'll run you through it a little later. And yeah, of course we needed some people who are really good with conductive ink and Bluetooth technology and stuff like that. So we found Dr. Kate Stone from Novalia, from the UK. She's a professor who is on the Cambridge University, and it's really specialized in Bluetooth technology. So we flew her in, basically. And if you have this placement, I have it here. It's basically this thin. So this is the end result of the McTRAX. And it's basically divided in 2 separate layers. And the layer, what you see here, is the conductive ink. And this ink is basically just a wire which runs all the way towards the chip. And this is the technical wireframe. And when it comes to designing a placemat like this, it's quite. We used to create digital interactive interfaces, and now we had to create something on paper where you have no rollovers and you have no hover states and all that kind of stuff. So that was quite a challenge to do. And on top of that technical layer, there comes the design. So as you can see, all the controls are actually mapped straight away to the touch points of the conductive ink. And then you have the app, and in the app we decided to use a kind of a lava effect. We thought it would be cool if we have a visual, attractive way of showing it in the app. And the only thing that we had as an output was sound, of course, which I'll show you later in a short video, but also like the textual feedback. To keep it super simple, it's like colored background and textual feedback towards user. When you play the placemat, of course, there's sound coming from your smartphone, and maybe not everybody is really good at making music. So we had to create a certain technology where it would be fun to create music and not super difficult. So we had to quantize all the input from the user, so it's always on beat and it's kind of auto-synced already. And we had to create a voice recorder because we thought it would also be cool if you can record your own voice in the complete output of your music. And as you see here on the top, we have rhythm loops. When you start playing with this, you can choose a basic loop, which is like just a type of music, techno, dancehall, etc. And it corresponds to the app with a color. I'll show you now. I hope the sound is on. So disco is purple, for instance. So basically you start with a loop and you can play around and put in your own, use the keyboard to put in your own melody and record your voice. And we have an effect panel which is here. And it would be cool if sometimes you see a DJ who's like turning the treble down or up and just the bass down and stuff like that. So this effect panel which you see on the left just gives an effect on your music. So basically it's an 8-bar loop, which is just constantly playing. You can modify it however you like it. And let me see. So yeah, actually we went to the McDonald's for a test flight because we knew when the whole project came together, we were started developing it and playing with it, that people really love to play around with it. Even my 3-year-old kid was really enthusiastic about it, and he was, I couldn't beat him away from the placemat because he was constantly like trying out what the whole thing could do. So best thing was to go to the McDonald's establishment in Holland and just give it a try. So we developed quite some of those placemats and we handed them out to young people who came there and just gave them the thing and see what would happen. And this video shows you a little bit more information about how it's made and also the results of the people when they were playing with it.
Think about it, I see you watching. Approach it positive, but you can't be better beyond that.
Creating music and really trigger creativity in young people. That's why McDonald's in the Netherlands introduced McTRAX, a paper placemat turned into a school music production station. By the use of conductive ink on a piece of paper, you connected our placemat to your smartphone. Every touch point triggered a full sound bend to kickstart your creativity. Just select the beat and you're good to go. Create your own sounds and melodies. Then you can tweak your track with any kind of effects. You can even And this is how we challenge your talent for showing your music skills in McDonald's.
So yeah, that day was quite successful. It was nice results and good to see that the plan basically worked out. We got from, when this video was released, we got a lot of brands and agencies, digital agencies calling us to say, okay, what can we do with this technology? So we're now looking into other brands also to see if we can use this same technology, but maybe on a packaging of a product, for instance. Red Bull was interested to put it on their fork. And also for McDonald's, this was just a pilot, so we're now investigating to see if we can roll it out on a bigger scale, because a placemat is like this, it's quite expensive, and if you produce it on a bigger scale, it's cheaper to make and the impact is bigger. So we're investigating that, and besides that we also made a white label version. Since we made this specifically for McDonald's, we also decided it would be cool to create a white label version which we can hand out to people and demonstrate without the branding of McDonald's, since they don't really appreciate it if we are going to give away their pilots. So yeah, actually we've made one, and we're going to give also a demonstration here. My partner Jordi is in the back, and if you guys like to play around with it, to see how it feels, see how it works, you're more than welcome to test it out. And yeah, I think it's best to finish off with this quote again. I love it when the plan comes together, because in the beginning we had no clue if it would work out, if it would make sense, if it would be fun. And luckily it did. So yeah, that's the presentation. Thank you.
Super cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the other speakers took their 25 to 30 minutes,
yeah,
and you just did it in 10 minutes, 15
yeah, something
minutes.
like that.
So we have lots of time for questions as well. So
and the demo.
And the demo, of course. After okay, so you also want to spend some time with demoing.
Cool. I think we can all get together there and just try the thing out.
Very good. But there are many questions.
Yeah,
so
sure, go ahead.
First, go with them.
Just some practical questions. So the battery is included as well, I guess?
Yeah, correct.
So what's kind of the duration this product lasts? And you already said it's quite expensive. So what's the current price or the target price you think it will go?
Well, sorry, first question was about the battery, how long it lasts, right?
Yes.
I think it lasts probably over a year, because it goes out automatically. You can put your hand over it and it will fire up, or we can put a button on it. Since it's not always on, it lasts for quite a long time. And besides that, I think we made hundreds or 120 pieces for this one. I think it costs around, I'm not even sure, I think 40 euros each. But if you make it on a bigger scale, say I think more than 1 million, you come into like 4 to 5 pounds each, and maybe lower if a brand would use this technology in their own manufacturing process. But the chip, the battery, the ink is around 4 to 5 pounds.
Thank you.